Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Sinister City. So I need to make some corrections. This game is made by JetDog Studio, which is a Finnish company like Remedy Software that made Alan Wake. And maybe I'm wrong about that too. JetDogs did not make the game Always Sometimes Monsters, however. That is a company called Vagabond Dog. So I think it's pretty obvious why I got the two confused. Is two very small time companies on Steam with dog in the name. We need to unlock the mirror, and that task means probably going somewhere and doing something. Interesting that it's blinking and yet I can't click where it's blinking. Let's see. Time we sped up, and then Dracula pretty much just locked us in this temporal, what was this, what did they call it? It's been a couple days since I played and I am just all over the place. We need 5 keys and 10 pieces of the mirror, and I can't even figure out how to leave this area. We could leave the area before, couldn't we? And if you click on anything that's been mapped out as floor, our character walks to that direction. If we click anywhere else, it seems like nothing's here. And so we're gonna need a hint immediately. Let's see. Like, okay. Helpful, not helpful because I can't, unless I've forgotten the controls. Like, options, tutorial mode, like, there's nothing here. This was a full mouse game. I wonder if leaving this game running has just glitched it, because I am just getting all kinds of X's. Let's see, when I click here it takes me right there, so that doesn't indicate to me the idea of maybe my cursor is not being read correctly. Middle mouse button doesn't do anything. I guess we're gonna have to go to the main menu and then click continue and see what happens there. Maybe just leaving the game running was an issue. Yes, it was. Interesting. So clearly this is a consistent problem with video games in general, is the idea of leaving a game just paused doesn't work on PCs. And I never can figure out why that is the case. And why it occurs, honestly, I would say about 40 to maybe 60% of the time I run into the same issue. I know I'm not quite playing video games like most normal people would play video games. Most people would just exit and not run into these issues. But as there's also this inconsistency of where you start and where you end when you exit and leave. And it certainly wouldn't help any of my recordings if every single game added a few minutes of me loading and unloading to areas I've already played. So, question mark, frog, mouse, bow, spades. Here's a bow. Here's a mouse. Here's a frog. And we're looking for spades. We've got some weird music playing in the background. Where are the spades hidden? Again, a spade could be a picture of a spade on a card, or it could be something completely different. It could be an actual spade. Let's see, hand fan, pine cone. I've seen the pine cone. Mushroom. That's not the mushroom, I guess. And snowflake. There's a snowflake. Apparently there was a hand fan behind there. There's a very delicate balance in making a game like this that I have yet to see somebody actually accomplish with any consistency. The idea of... Is this a mushroom? Yeah, apparently. And we're looking for a lantern. There's a key. And have we found everything? I guess we have. And see, now I can go in here and find a few more pieces of things. I just want the music to stop at this point. It's annoying. And in this case, there wasn't any items to find, so a one key and one piece of glass might be accurate. The game has gotten more difficult as far as not really telling you. And you can't go here. So this feels like there's a place. This feels very much like there's maybe only 3 places to interact at all. Boy, is that not animated correctly. Here you can see the areas that are clipped. And we're looking for one more key. And apparently it was that big white block. Interesting.
I should unlock the mirror with the magic keys.
I'm surprised they do have
I don't think so.
Good voice acting. They do have good voice acting and then just bad programming. It really does feel like 2 different teams. One makes the game and one makes the animation for the game. And if this is a Finnish company, when I was thinking this is very possibly some kind of like Asian country would have been my guess, that somewhere in South Korea there was some, or a country like South Korea in the Asias, they were teaching people to program video games and they'd have them do thesis projects like this. And maybe that's the same case, it's just in somewhere in Finland there's a college that has students make games like this as a finished project. The question then comes down to, why is there that division? On the right track apparently is an achievement that is just gonna pop up, and we walk out of this and we can get back to Sinister City, I suppose, or work towards it, tap anywhere to continue.
To the hotel clerk.
Like, it does feel like multiple students worked on this, and some did a good job and some of them did like kind of a lackluster job. And so we never even made it up the stairs. At the beginning of this game you would have almost guaranteed you were going to go upstairs and have multiple things to look around in that area.
How'd you like the head trip of the astral plane, Johnny boy?
Like, if somebody was just a 3D animator and they did this, and they couldn't make any game or programming around it, that would make a lot of sense why this looks really good.
Judging by his appearance, the
And if
scoundrel who kidnapped Nina either works at the theater
you
or
could
lives in a
get
madhouse.
a couple of actors to do the voice acting, like in the theater troupe in a college, that would explain the audio and the sound.
That's quite the deductive reasoning, Johnny. But first, let's assemble a sketch
One
of
thing
your kidnapper.
they're missing is the inside of the mouth, so it's just kind of this empty wall, and I clearly don't understand why you have to tap to continue. That's something I would think you would want to change. So it was Dracula, and therefore, what are we looking for? There are features of Dracula. A vampire's teeth? Not a Frankenstein head. Not a picture of, I think, maybe me. So we're missing something. See, it feels like there's several solutions here that could have been jokes. But what do you do? How would you do this? Like this, and this just doesn't quite line up, which tells me this and this. So now if I just go forward one on everything, I was thinking maybe that would work, but nope. But you can see there's an Albert Einstein, and then the Frankenstein's monster. I'm wasting a lot of time here. Abraham Lincoln. And you would think if this was a bigger game, they'd almost certainly make comment on all of this. Like every time you match something, it would say something like, that's not quite right, that's not him.
It can't be. Count Orlok is only the oldest, strongest, and most powerful vampire in Sinister City.
What on earth should I do?
Don't worry, friend. You're talking to the descendant of the country's best vamp hunters.
How lucky.
I've got some old equipment for you in my storeroom.
And also, they're not blinking. If you were to pay attention to that. Like, so storeroom now. And now we try to find things. Nope, bullet bat, maple leaf, strawberry is a maple leaf. And then just click on anything that looks like it might be something of these 5 elements. The story is moving really fast. I would say, honestly, you have to kind of slowly move in a character to a vampire monster story. You want to establish some false starts and have like a spooky sound and it turn out just to be a cat or the tree branches on the window. You want to establish that feeling if you want to have the viewer, in this case the player of the game, feel a little spooked out too before you do the reveal of the creature. That's while movies and video games kind of are more show don't tell compared to book, which is 100% tell, or an audio drama, which would be 100% tell. You, in the special case of monster movies, have to build up the monster in the mind of the viewer a lot quicker, for a lot more time than normally. Like, the movie Alien is not a good movie if it didn't have nearly 30 minutes before you saw anything to do with aliens. They had to establish the isolation and the lifestyle and establish the characters on the spaceship before you saw an alien egg and a face hugger, and then it was several more minutes before the face hugger chest burster occurred, so I'm spoiling the movie. And it's not really until the very end of the first Alien movie that you see the actual full mature alien monster. And Alien is considered one of the best monster movies, I would say, out there. It's not a universal classic monster movie, true. There's the letter M. But there's, now I need a pin, a queen, an elephant, a clip, and a flower. Here's a queen. Here's a flower. Let's see. Can we find paperclip? Yes. Can we find an elephant? Is that an elephant? Yes, it is. And then a pin. Some really small things. There we go. And centaur. And when you've gotten to this point, I guess you kind of have to assume you're done. And try some other things. Vampire teeth. All kinds of knives and pendants and garlic and steaks. So it seems like I'm gonna end up going undercover as a vampire. Yes, but this game just immediately threw out the vampire angle and the Sinister City angle, and it's really only there to catch people's attention. Like, this story doesn't fully even make sense. It's I lost my wife and I'm looking for her story that you should have started with. We played Mirror. What was that one game? Mirror. It wasn't called Mirror Madness, was it? There was a hidden object game last year where a parent had her children captured in mirrors, in an evil mirror. And do I just give all of this to him?
And now we'll pack up your equipment.
So in that game, it's almost the exact same story. It's a parent looking for her children. Let's see, so certain upside down things have to go in certain places. Music has changed. I'm kind of glad for that. It's a little bit better now. Interesting. Why is this not fitting?
I'm all set. Now, where can I find this Count Orlok?
We're just
In
breezing
your
through all the
room, you'll find
gameplay.
a map of Sinister City. His castle lies atop Wolf Mountain. And Johnny, watch your neck, will ya?
So new achievement unlocked, Vampire Hunter. And so now we go upstairs for the first time. And most games have this opportunity to talk to people and do more. Games like this, though, not really gonna happen. Not sure what I'm supposed to do, so I'll go back and let's talk to this guy.
Greetings, my young neighbor. I am the best film director this side of Hollywood, and the great-great-grandson of Louis Lumiere. Can I talk you into a chat?
I don't have a choice here, so...
I must decline, Mr. Lumiere. That monster Count Orlok has kidnapped my bride. Either I stake him, or lose my love forever.
How passionately you speak, son. Although, a character in a similar situation appears in my script. Find it for me, and I'll reveal how he handles it.
And see, if you go back to Broken Sword 3 or 4, it's almost the exact same level of animation, but those games are also probably a lot older than this game by maybe even a decade or a decade and a half. So what once was a huge publisher's funded game can now be done by a small Finnish company that's probably
I should find the
not
director's script.
even trying too hard to... I don't believe these were here before. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if the concept is just to sell trading cards for a game like this.
Impressive. You are
Also,
quite
it might just be to learn.
Thanks, I'm in a bit of a rush. Now, you were going to tell me something useful?
There is something also about European game companies that sometimes they just do the same thing over and over again because it sells in their neck of the woods and it's not really, doesn't really need to have a worldwide appeal. When you look at the number of big rig simulators, tractor simulators, racing simulators, bicycle racing simulators, there's a decent number of games, a lot of FIFA, although in FIFA's case and soccer or football to the rest of the world, that actually is rather popular around the world, and same is true for cricket. So those would be games that really don't fit into what the category.
Sinister City is less than sinister these days. I wish the vampires would drink blood again. What a glorious age it was.
I don't follow you.
Take a closer look at your so-called equipment.
Made in China.
Mass-produced junk? Is this city's entire reputation a farce?
Hardly, but it's not quite as brutal as the vamp mags make out. Not anymore. Go to Orlok. Perhaps you could even reason with him.
Interesting. Hollywood vampire achievement, and we're just speeding along through this. Find Sinister City map. And are we in Sinister City right now, or are we on the outskirts, or are we down the road in a different city? Like, I was meant to click on the desk, and it instead walked me right out the room. So maybe that's the twist, is that they're gonna come off as they're gonna pretend like it's vampires, and there are actually going to be vampires, but it's actually going to be quite the civilized affair. That would certainly be different. Is a candle / bottle? I guess that was the bottle. There's a bug. We're looking for a dolphin and a candle. There's the candle. Now, lizard, sandwich, crab, ladybug, binoculars. So we can get, I believe, almost all of that. Only thing I'm looking for is the lizard right now. Where are you hiding, lizard? Back here. Guitar, orange, safety pin, gear, and bead. Guitar, safety pin, orange, bead. And we're looking for a gear. Very quick. And Christmas tree. And there's the map piece there. And that was all that was there. Apparently. And we have a drawer. Ah, somebody just is behind me. In the shadow. Look in the lower left hand corner, there was a shadow of a vampire. Interesting. So maybe I'm already under their brainwashing. Interesting thought. And there's nothing else here. I guess the question is, can you do better games easier or with the same amount of effort? Or is it that hidden object games are the easiest you can do? Well, when you look at the mobile market, you don't have lots of people playing hidden object games. You would be better to do slot machine games and poker games, Yahtzee games, dice games, any of those things would get you more attention and get you more, one would assume, on mobile games ad revenue, and having free to play elements certainly would help too. I don't think in a hidden object game people would really be heavily influenced to spend money and try to get like help or hints. And you're going to have to constantly update a hidden object game to give it more content, where a gambling game on the other hand is very easy to do. Or you could do something like Puzzles and Dragons, where it's kind of an infinite number of bosses, but you still have to add bosses every now and then. Or Simpsons Tapped Out is a good example of a game that takes too much development and has a lot of purchasing stuff.
No reason to talk to him. I've got the map. Now, I should leave the hotel and find the castle where Orlok keeps my bride.
So let's see if we get a cutscene here. Not quite yet. We have one more puzzle to do. One assumes that all of this is done through a game engine, a simple game engine that's easy to program for, easy to probably just put a Photoshop image into. One would assume that, at least. The city. Let's just keep finding edge pieces. Almost everything has some edge to it. So this has to be this way somewhere. We need some greenery there. Put that there. Here we... I feel like this may just be forever a mystery as to why they make these. Well, I suppose the mystery will get solved relatively soon, because with Steam kind of changing how it does things and making it more difficult to make money off trading cards, not allowing companies to sell trading cards until they have a certain number of sales, that makes it worth Steam's time and proves the game is actually profitable for its own reason. We may start to see the end of these, so there may not actually be any more hidden object games that are just like this. I imagine people will still try, but eventually people will move on to other things. And I suppose on my idea of the gambling games, I bet Steam would be a lot more reactive to block people who are flooding the marketplace with low quality gambling games, or gambling games in general might just be something that they're not willing to do. It's probably already a rule. These are kind of very awkward shapes for a puzzle. I kind of have to applaud the game creators for not tearing up a map in what would be normally a very standard way of doing something like this. These pieces and edges are sharply different, and the colors of different sections are pretty different. There. It's another piece. There's another piece. There's also definitely a feeling of just how much of this game have I done? Have I done 1/3 of it in an hour? Actually, I kind of know that's true, since my research said this was just a 3-hour game. There's problems, most definitely, trying to measure the value of a game based on how long it is. But it is the only common factor you can even really consider. Some 3-hour games will certainly be a lot more valuable than some 60-hour games, but speaking on the broadest of terms, something that's longer is typically better or more valuable for the money. Of course, also this is probably just a 99-cent game, or should just be 99 cents, so if you're getting it for 1/60th of the price, if it's 1/60th of the time, you're getting the same equation, and that's not even the case. It's 1/20th. So a 99 cents game that's 3 hours versus a 60-hour game is actually 3 times better in value if you're just going to run the math, unless I did the math wrong right then. Boy, does this not look like a city that you would expect to be full of vampires. This looks like the city within your grasp achievement. This just looks like a regular city. Highly well designed. Take the map to get to Wolf Mountain. Interesting. So we are on Central Street apparently right now, and we're going to transfer in ourselves via the map. So one would think we're going in some different ways. Like, we're gonna go to the Vampire Wolf Mountain, but I think we're going to a TV station and a big corporate office and maybe a gas station, or maybe a building of some sort here. Like, these buildings look unique, this building looks unique, this building look unique. We're probably not doing anything in any of these under animated sections. Maybe we're going in the parking lot. But it is certainly going to be a weirder tale than what I would have guessed. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.